All right, Taylor, I'm making this for you. We just got done. Today is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, which is November 24th this year. And the reason I'm doing this is because we just forgot to turn on the mic prior to you leaving. We had nailed down and wanted to document so that we had a clear understanding of exactly what the objective is. So to better outline our content calendar, what goes into it, what our purpose is, what the title is, the underlying objective of why we're doing this. And I think we pretty well outlined that it wraps into your career for the most part, which perhaps it ought to, and I think that you have a good overall thesis. Like, your direction is great. I do think that people will come to appreciate you and what you do in all different aspects of your life, mainly because of the fact that you've got a good reason to be doing what you're doing, and I think it's an honorable goal. It's informative, educational, inspiring. It's a great purpose. So, as it were, communicating and perhaps the overall direction of society and people and struggles and trouble, that perhaps lending perspective within the content, whether that's life lessons or just specifics and stories and events and how you do what you do, I think you'll find people come to value and gain from your willingness to put it all out there on the line, making it consumable and available. So I also said that it'd be good if we had written reports in order to better describe what we've accomplished, so that we don't need to always revisit or recall or have things a little more nailed down, so that you're not just going off of your recall, your memory. So this particular video should be perhaps reviewed and kept so that when you ask yourself while you're working alone, after a long day of focusing on everything else that goes on in your busy life, you're able to then have direction and aha, this is exactly where I was, this is how I can go from here. And we actually just touched on Discount Canva, some of the graphics, and how we're not going to actually continue with the social media as of right now. We're going to continue to build up an inventory of content, and that'll also be when we are figuring out how much we can do, how we'll do it, what that specifically should be. And we talked about a blog post every other week, or perhaps a lesson in your art via video that is short. I would like to find a system where we're able to do some of the consumable content at a quality that's going to meet our standard, that we can be proud of and that people will want, while at the same time we're able to do it in a shorter amount of time. As things go forward, we'll get better at it, we'll have nailed down a process, and this should become familiar and easy after we've gotten a few things figured out. With your move occurring this winter, it will kind of throw things for a loop. It'll be a monkey wrench into the workflow as we've come to know it right now. And so that then will be established again. Hopefully we do a little bit of this ahead of time while you are still here, and then we'll readdress things and look at it after you've gone through what is this transition in your life, which, by the way, I think we mentioned you should document it. it's sometimes difficult to think further enough ahead to realize that what you're doing now, if you do it right, will be instrumental and valuable. But I think you're doing great. I think that we work well together. I think this is going to be a good experience for you and others, and I believe we're going to be effective. So keep your belief system, as it were, high, 10x that, and I don't think you'll have a problem in any aspect of your life if you continue doing the sorts of things that you've done so far. You pretty much have what it takes to accomplish anything that you have set out to accomplish, or that you've expressed to me that you'd like to see happen, which is pretty awesome. It's going to be a good adventure, I think. I know I'm excited to be a part of it. I think if we can narrow things down to a weekly, daily, predictable process, so as we call it, the workflow, if we have that familiar, repeated understanding or process and collaborative effort, we're going to work in a dynamic way, even remotely, unlike most people are able to. So that is the hardest part, probably, and I would also urge you to be patient with the whole thing, as we are we're working towards it, I think, faster than it feels like, and in the end, you should be patient with yourself anyway, because you're worth it. This is worth it.